Getting set. Cars going down. But Dario leads this one away from Tony. Jules in third position. Already kind of following Linus turn. Clean for an opening lap. Dario looking like he had the pace to take every single round of qualifying yesterday. He had a bit of an incident in the first round, and Tony Gruber take the win. But other than that, Dario looking quite peerless over a 5-minute run. He's just going to look to settle into the run. Dario famously unlucky in these 45-minute finals where it's coming up to the 1-minute mark. And everybody is still pretty much in the position that they left the grid in. Elvin Dickman got the jump on Spinello, 8 swaps, but other than that, they are running exactly as they started.
Yeah,
only
Guillermo has fallen down.
Yep. Down to 6th position. And look, Tony Gruber looks like he's a little bit tighter coming out onto the main straight. The Dario Gillespie. You wouldn't really want to have an accident there if you can avoid it, but if we have a look out of here, and there we go. So Tony Gruber gets himself in front as Dario.
If this happens, if this goes on for 45 minutes, we are in for a barnstormer.
Absolutely. So Tony Gruber looks like he's a little quicker coming out onto the main straight, arguably off the end of it. Dario Valestri a little bit better here through this infield section. But here we go, that slightly tighter line from Tony Gruber. He's sort of taking a wider entry,
Tony.
A little bit. It was, yeah, a little bit sideways from him. But
I wonder if Dario is playing a game where he lets his tires wear to, you know what I mean? So his rollout is perfect with the tire wear. We've seen that happen quite a bit in the quarters and the semis, where the cars just seem a lot faster for certain drivers after the tires wear down.
Yeah, you will end up in a point, but good point, Frank, that we might get to a situation as well where this is going to be the first final of the weekend where we're going to see tyre change. Or the first final today where we're going to see tyre part way through it, and having a tactic on when, how many tyres, whether it's only outside tyres. So we've got to change for the lead now. Tony Gruber back front. A little bit sideways there. Back in front of him again. Being fairly wide. All of this fold in front of him. He is Gills is only 8/10 off of the back.
Yeah, he's waiting to pick up any pieces.
Yeah, he's waiting to pick that one up. Dario still in front.
And Gruber pits first.
Tony in the pit. No, Tony's
clean pit. He's back out very quick. In 4th place behind Guillermo.
So let's see where Dario comes out.
Yeah.
Dario's actually had a quicker stop there, so pulls out a bit more of a lead. And I don't think Dario actually lost the lead then, because I think Gills pitted at the same time. Guillermo going as running in second, though he hasn't stopped yet. And small mistake there, coming out onto the main straight from Dario. A little bit of a run onto the curb. Got away with it.
So Gruber's been freed. Guillermo's gone into the pits.
So Guillermo got to just about the 5-minute mark before he could stop. Everybody else was sort of around the 4:20, 4:30 by the looks of it. Certainly guys out at the front of that. Still running with our leader at the moment, Mario Valestri. Tony Gruber is 1 car back from him.
Yeah, let's see if we can get both these, the lead 2 cars in the same shot as they're coming into the infield.
Slightly sideways for Dario there.
Starting to come up on one of the first back markers.
Yeah, they'll get out of the way.
That's Spiniello. Car 7 of Spiniello.
Yep. Dario got a little bit of a gap now. He's got it up to... In fact, it drives right in again. So a little small mistake. Just a half spin. Even Spiniello is lapping really good pace. But about to go a lap down. Hanging on pretty well. There we go. Get the way of 1. Second car. It's exactly what you want. It's always a bit of a fear as a driver that's like one competitor, or one of the guys you're racing gets through a gap of traffic, and the car that's being lapped doesn't realise there's another one closely following. They are through away. Just under half a second.
Balestre gets sideways. Let's Gruber get right up on him again as he was coming onto the straight.
So there was less than half a second between them, but Tony Gruber's right back with him, got that tighter entry back out onto the straight again. Whoa, Tony nearly had his nose cut off there by Dario. Looking to see who's quicker where. It looks like Tony Gruber is possibly a little bit faster if he can find his way through. Having said that, he's done that before. There we go. He's got his way through onto the straight. Let's see what Dario Valestri can do. Dario now trying to find his way back through and makes it.
Gruber pits.
Tony Gruber pits. So remember, Dario pulled out a little bit of a gap in the pits last time. Would expect him to come in. It was 1 lap afterwards last time. It's 1 lap afterwards this time. He's in the pits. He's released. Let's just see where he goes. I think Jules also was in the pits as well. Waiting for this one to play out. Not worked out that well for Tony Gruber. Looking at things,
he's dropped down several spots. Did he flame out or something? Oh, he's just bumped into the back of Tironi coming across the finish line. So lost Tironi lots of time, but lost Gruber a bunch of time as well.
So Gil's up into 2nd position now. Guillermo into 3rd position. Carmine Raiola in 4th place. The Super Pole winner, Tony Gruber, dropped to position. Minute mark. Still running with Balestri, our leader, over Jules Grosjean is currently about 1.6 seconds. Jules flashed through the back dot there. No between them at the moment, but Dario closing in on some traffic himself.
It's Thurston, and I think I can't make out the other car just yet.
Of it's Melvin Diekman.
Yep, Melvin and Thurston.
Having back. There we go. You're having to go around the outside. That's not necessarily a place that you like to have to go when you're passing people, but we trust Melvin Diekman.
Meanwhile, Gruber is coming up on the back side of Alessio Mazzeo, his teammate, but still quite a ways down from Balestri.
Yeah, they're about 2 seconds back, those two.
So Mazzeo's let Gruber through.
Bit of teamwork going on there. And in these longer finals as well, it's sometimes worth picking your battles. Maybe get your elbows down, a couple of minutes to go, but someone's clearly that much faster than you. Gilles got 1.5 seconds behind Dario Balestri.
So Gruber has come up on Tironi once again. Tironi lets him pass. So that's good to see. And Gruber's coming up on the number 5 car of Raiola, who has just gone to the pit. So it gives him a little bit more clear space. And Gruber is pitting. So it's about 4 minutes 20 seconds since Gruber's last pit. So if Balestri is able to eke out just a bit more than Gruber each time, that could be the long-term strategy.
Dario Balestri still leading this one. In front from Jules Grosjean. Tony Gruber's got his way back up into 3rd position now. Still running with our lead car of Dario Balestri. Lead gap now just under 3 seconds. Tony Gruber got himself back up into 3rd position. He's about 7 seconds down on Tony lapping at the same pace as Dario Balestri. When he came out of the pits behind, he was some 10 seconds back, still 10 seconds back as we come towards the 15-minute mark. Right, with Dario left out in front of the field. Field camp running in currently from his P3 on the grid. Tony Gruber dropped down the field earlier on the second round pit stops. Starting to make his way back. Got the gap still down to just over 6 seconds. It's edging up towards him. That could be a good battle going on later on. Dario looking pretty comfortable at the moment. We haven't got to a stage yet where they're going to start thinking about high stops, so I would imagine everybody's going to. Gruber now actually looking a little bit faster than Dario. He's got the gap down to 9 seconds. He's making his way back up through the field.
Gruber's just past the last chance qualifier winner, Tironi and Maceo.
Yeah, he's got a nice clear track in front of him.
And Dario's pitting.
Around it. Dario Balestri pits, gets released. Nice exit from the pit lane there.
So he's doing a bit over 4 minutes per stint at the moment.
Yeah, kind of what we'd expect. Some of them are able to edge up towards the 5-minute mark.
But I think he may have come in a little early because he's now in completely free track. Well, at least for a lap or so. He's just passed another,
I mean, that's part of the skill of a pit man, identifying a nice gap and sort of working on pit windows. Hoping that get through, get you in, and get you out onto clear track. Tony Gruber is scything his way into Gilles Groskamp's second position. Tony Gruber is now, let's wait and see as it updates.
Should we drop down to see that battle?
Well, it's still 4 seconds at the moment, but it's closing up. So, yeah, let's go and see if we can find the two
Zach
car
coming towards you, the bright orange car. He's going into the kink now, and he's about to go into the sweeper, the last of the bright orange cars. He's our third place man, and he's slowly reeling in Jellis Grosskamp, who's mired in with backmarkers at the moment. There's 3 cars in between them. It's the 4 of Raiola, I believe, the 7 and the 6 of Maceo. He's getting a bit sideways, giving up a lot of time to Gruber. And lets him pass.
Yep, and it wasn't that long ago that those two were battling for position, Raiola and, well, it wasn't a huge battle, but they were together on track for position.
The 7 car of Spiniello is next for Gruber.
Yep.
Actually, he's already passed him. And then there's Guillermo, sorry, not Raiola. Guillermo is the next car in line, that yellow car, just plain yellow, not bright yellow. But...
Yep, it navigated him quite safely.
Stefanizzi in the 9 is that teal green color next.
There's like 2.5 seconds.
Yeah, it's coming down. Of course, the referee is doing a pretty good job calling traffic, even for Gruber, as well as Dario.
Yep. think Gills is going to have the Jaws music playing in his head. He'll be seeing Tony Gruber closing on him and catching up towards him. Down front of Shotton.
So no cars in between Gruber and Grosskamp now. Grosskamp is about to pass Gayamo once again.
So Dario Balestri looking pretty comfortable out front. The gap is staying around 8 seconds. But of course, Tony Gruber's had to catch and pass a lot of traffic. And Dario hitting. Tony Gruber way. See how that sets things up. I think that might be someone just flaming out on the back straight.
And Dario is pitting. So they're pretty much in sync.
They are, and Tony Gruber now going in second position. Hills has he should drop down into 4th position. The Gills had a problem in pit stops. In fact, Gruber is going now at leading. But has Balestri had an issue in the pit?
I'm not. His mechanic is not in a freak out mode or anything like that. So I'm not sure what's happened. Dario's just crossing, so he's out on track.
Okay, we have got. We're still showing with Tony Gruber as leading this one.
Yeah, maybe they did a tire change. Two tires, maybe.
Could be. But Dario has had a slower pit stop. Yeah, we're about that distance, aren't we? We're about that distance into the run.
Yeah, I was just about to ask when the tire changes are gonna happen, but we may have literally blinked and missed it. These things happen so quick. I think they're allowed, obviously, 2 mechanics. So you have you're allowed 2 mechanics in the pit per car. So drivers, one man working on the front tires and the other working on the rears.
I think what possibly, I think what caught me out was Dario didn't appear to have been stopped long enough, but quite possibly he's only changed the outsiders.
He may have flamed out in the pits as well. He does seem to be a bit slidey. He's trying to get past the number 5 of Raiola, a teammate actually. So it should be a fairly easy job. But they both passed Tironi.
They have.
You know what I would love to see as a commentator or a spectator is if maybe the first set of tires use a black wheel and the second set of tires use a white wheel or something like that. So it's very clear who's doing what. But Gruber all over the back of, is that Yillis? No, it's not Yillis, sorry. Oh, my bad.
Sideways moment there for Tony Gruber.
Grosskamp. Yeah, he is hunting down Yillis still, so it's but to lap him, it seems.
I think Yillis has had his tyre changed, so I think what we're seeing is Tony Gruber hasn't yet done a tyre stop.
Yeah, so maybe Tony is the one gambling here.
I mean, we're over half distance now in the final. The thing is, if you might as well aim to stop around halfway through and do your tyre change, because otherwise you're running for a chunk of the race on a non-optimal tyre strat.
Yeah. He's coming into the pits now, so he's coming in the pits now, so we'll see what happens.
So here we go.
Like, yeah, there they go. There's the tire change. So we might see everything come together now.
So this is an outside tyre change. Did you have any other side of the car done?
All four.
It is. All four.
So you're watching it happen here on RC Racing TV, and EFRA back out in front of Francesco Tironi.
Dario Balestri back in front then.
Yeah. Okay. So now a few minutes to wait and see what sort of how the pace works out with if they're changed only. Oh, Dario's in the pits, just getting fuel. Yes, he's back out.
Yeah, so this is the order now, pretty much as it was before that round of pits started and Tony Gruber made his way to the front. I think what caught me out was Dario Balestri's stop was incredibly fast.
So it could come down to the last 5 minutes with Tony having really, really good tire diameter, and meaning excellent speed over Yillis and Balestri.
I think they'll all have calculated it to be on very similar tyre diameters at the end. It's the outside tyres that take the big hit here. You can see you've got that fast sweeping entry onto the straight and off the straight. So the front right-hand tyre is going to be begging for mercy.
Dario did give away a little bit of his secrets. He told us his optimum tire diameters yesterday during the Super Pole. So he's running almost nose to tail with Grosskamp. Grosskamp about a half a second behind him.
Yep, and they're about 4 seconds down the road. So actually, that's the battle for the lead going on.
Yeah. So let's go to the start of the. So at the end of the track, end of the lap is Balestri. He's coming towards you now, Zach. It's Balestri at that unique gray back end. He says he likes the gray color now. I didn't mention anything to him about age or anything, but I had plenty of gray going on myself. But it's Dario Balestri in the lead. It's actually increased a little bit from Grosskamp.
I think the reason they were so close together was Balestri was one stop ahead of Grosskamp. So they'd ended up artificially close, but still running with the leader at the moment. Still only about a second in it.
Yeah, and Gruber's maybe 2-3 seconds behind Grosskamp.
He is, yes. So he's just 4 seconds off the lead.
You know, one or two half spins or drifts or a slight entanglement with the back marker, and Gruber's right up there again. And we saw how aggressive he drives. I can't remember seeing him drive before, but he reminds me a lot of Dave June, former national champion in the U.S. He's one of the most aggressive touring car racers I've ever seen. And Gruber is very much in that mold.
It looks like Gruber's just nicked second off of Grosskamp.
Yep. I was just going to say that Grosskamp came in for a pit stop. Blink and you miss it.
Absolutely. This will all draw itself together. We're coming up to 2/3 distance. Last 5 minutes or so, this will all come together as everybody exits the pits for the last time. But great fight back from Tony. Well, in fact, Tony Gruber's now pitted and dropped and got Gilles up in front of him. So expecting to see Dario pit fairly shortly. At the moment, it's about 8-second lead for Dario.
There he goes. And it looks like he's going to come out in more clear space. Well, he's got some lap traffic ahead of him, but he's going to have clear space for a few laps.
At this stage, lap traffic, it's not too much of a problem as long as you're approaching them one by one. What you don't want to be doing as the leader, even though they're compelled to get out of your way, be approaching and catching up on cars that are fighting each other for position. That's always the really risky time when you have the danger that you're gonna get caught up in a bit of an accident between them. So he'll be relatively relieved to see the cars running in front of him, kind of line astern. Even though there's a few of them, they're not all bundled together in one gaggle. They go at them one by one and pick them off.
He does have Yillis about a second behind him, and then about a second and a half again to Gruber.
Yeah, I think Tony Gruber's actually the danger man for him. He seems to have Gilles. He's got the pace in his pocket, I think, to deal with Gilles. It's Tony Gruber who looks like he's given clear track. Might actually have the pace to do some damage to Dario.
Dario doesn't seem to be making massive amounts of headway through this lap traffic, so maybe he's kind of just holding fire a bit, but I don't see why he would do that.
Potentially he's waiting to see if they'll... Yeah, he's not charging up to the back of them.
Yeah.
15 there, one of them pits out of the way in front of him.
Yeah.
He's got that couple of... He's got that little bit of a buffer in front of him, so I think he's playing a sensible game. He's not feeling the need to jump straight past them at every opportunity and dive into tiny little gaps. He's just letting them naturally come out of his way as he pits, or as they pit in front of him. And it's opening up the track a little bit. Of course, you can see some of the lap traffic as well that's in and around them. I think that's Alex Thurston behind him.
It is, yes.
As someone who's been lapped many, many times through my racing career, it's always good to, you can use that as well when you've been lapped. To latch on somewhere near the back of the leader. Obviously, you don't want to be taking them off. That's the very worst thing you can do. But they can help drag you along and open up gaps in traffic for you as well. Still just about a second, though Dario now has clear track in front of him. All of that traffic that he's passed. I was going to say Gilles had to pass it, but he looks to have pitted.
He did.
So Tony Gruber is now into...
Tony is just pitted.
Second.
Tony's just pitted. Still about 4 minutes between each pit. 4:15 to 4:30. So lovely bit of open track in front of Dario. It's going to be a long time, several minutes, probably even a complete another pit stop before Dario comes across any more lap traffic.
It does, though. It looks like he just got himself caught out a little bit down last lap on this short shoot here. I think he actually got a better exit from the previous corner and had an upshift where he wasn't quite expecting it. He pit for Dario Balestri. Pitman making well sure get the car right out of the pit lane.
The last time he pitted was 14:30, so and it's 10:30 when he just did that pit. So that's a 3-minute gap.
I think that's just playing with a gap. He's got to have a splash and dash at some point.
Yeah.
So if there's a window to drop into, you're effectively you're dividing 10 by 4. It wasn't going to work. He was going to need to drop in somewhere so he could have an earlier stop or a later stop somewhere in that range. That was Pitman calling in. So we're coming into the range now where you're going to have maybe one more stop after this one. So if you can get to, yeah, I think after this lap they can probably get by on one more stop.
Yeah, we've got Gruber is chasing down Grosskamp. So again, they're about a second apart. So Grosskamp's about a second behind Balestri, and Gruber's less than a second behind Grosskamp. So if we drop back one car, Zach, Grosskamp gets a little wild and lets Gruber catch up to him. So we got Grosskamp being about to get harassed by by Gruber in that bright orange, and they both just pitted just a couple minutes ago. So that flash of orange behind Yillis, that is Tony Gruber. Yillis, who
they are running quite close to Dario Balestri as well.
Yeah.
I believe Balestri has got one more stop to do, and Grosskamp and Gruber have got two more to do.
Wow, they're really close to Balestri now.
Yeah, I think that's a little bit false. I think Balestri's got an extra stop in his pocket. But yeah, top three with 8 minutes to go. They're all together on the track. But I think Balestri has probably got a couple of seconds in his pocket.
Oh, that is
Gilles
who's gone to pit. Yeah. Oh, Balestri's flamed out. Balestri's flamed out at the start of the straight.
Okay, so Dario Balestri then has that.
And
not
Gruber is coming to pit. His mechanic's still okay. He's back out, but where is this going to put him? And Gruber.
Well, actually, Gruber and Grosskamp up at the front. Balestri down to third, fourth. Carmine Raiola up there.
Okay,
Tony Gruber
about to go into the kink, Zach. The bright orange car, and the white and orange car behind him. These are our leaders.
So lead two right together now, and
Raiola is actually past Balestri
lead
as well.
there on the same fuel strategy as well. So Dario Balestri, no luck at all. That's really unfortunate for him. Always seems to have issues in these big meetings. Certainly the 10th Nitro meetings. Always right up at the front of it. This lead battle that we're watching, Tony Gruber and Gilles Grosskamp together as they cross the line. There's a quarter of a second between them.
And as we saw in the highlights reel that we showed before the race started, Balestri actually hasn't won in this category, at least in the last 10 or a dozen years.
He hasn't, no. He won the 8th. He's won the 8 Euros, but not
so
the...
So Balestri's in the pits. His mechanic is picking away at something on the bottom of his car. Can't quite tell, so I think that's Balestri's race done. Unfortunate.
If he's picking away at something at the bottom of the car, he's probably trying to free off the flywheel, which suggests that it's maybe the engine stuck towards the top of its stroke. So
it flamed out as he was going out. So yeah, he's several laps down now.
It seats at the top of its stroke, so engine maybe overheated slightly. into the final 5 minutes. This final seems to have gone pretty quickly. Tony Gruber leading from Gilles Groskamp. Gap now 9/10 of a second. Gruber edging away. This is what we felt. We felt that Dario Balestri and Tony Gruber had that little bit of extra pace. Dario Balestri dropped all the way down to 9th position now after his travails in the pits. We're running with the leader, Tony Gruber. Dropped down the field himself early on, dropped down to 6th place, but great display of pace. And has managed to pull himself back into contention. More than contention. He is right up at the front. His lead now about 1 second.
Gilles is just
4 minutes
pitted.
out. Yep. So this is going to be the last round of stops for them. When they come in.
Gruber's coming in.
Gruber's coming in. This will be his final stop. He gets away. A little bit of air there as he exited the pit lane.
And
As it transitioned into that little drop.
Gilles has 2 cars between him and Gruber to navigate. It's the 8 and the 5 of Diekman and Raiola.
I don't think Gilles has got the pace, unfortunately, for him. I think Tony Gruber has got more outright pace in the car, and it has looked like that. Pretty much all the way through the final. He was catching, he was closing on Gilles. So, barring any issues now, I think now that the pit stops have all shaken themselves out, the gap is, as they cross the line, like about 3 seconds, 2.5 seconds, something like that. So, Tony Gruber looking pretty comfortable. Good drive from him, kept his head when the field sort of swallowed him up quite early on and ended up back down in 6th place. He just got his head down, kept on churning out the laps, made his way forward. Looking pretty good as we come in towards the 2-minute mark for Tony Gruber. Running with him at the minute.
So, James, I'm going to let you finish this one off and call in the last several laps.
Running into the final 2 minutes with Tony Gruber. He has had all of his stops. Nothing extra planned for him. He can see a little bit of traffic in front of him, but he can just post his way up towards it. He's got a couple of seconds in his pocket from Gilles. Still around that 2.5 second mark. Desperately unlucky for Dario Balestri. Was dominating the final. And Groskamp and Gruber had got relatively close to him. It's over 1 minute left. Never completely over till they get right to the end, but Tony Gruber is looking in a very strong position at the moment. A couple of cars in front of him that he probably won't want to catch. Hopefully his mechanic on the headset letting him know that just got about a minute left. As he makes his way through the traffic, 40 seconds left. He's got 5 seconds now over Gilles. Into the final 30 seconds. So probably this lap and 2 more. So I think Tony Gruber might just make the extra lap. Maybe, possibly. That's always nice if you can do that, get a victory lap. Into the final 10 seconds. 5, 4, no, I think this might be it. Tony Gruber is going to cross the line. Tony Gruber crosses the line to win the European Championship. for 2023. Your Groskamp in second, Carmine Raiola in third. We have got Diekman in fourth position, Alessio Mazzio fifth. Well done, Alex Thurston, sixth position. Spiniello eighth. Guillermo in... Spiniello was seventh. Guillermo was eighth. Francesco Tironi ninth. Really unlucky for Dario Balestri. Finishing in 10th position. And Stefanizzi. But there we go, Tony Groover, subject to scrutineering, is our European champion for 2023.
Unbelievable, I have no words. After a flame out in the pit, after the engine stop, it was not a flame out, it was an engine stop. But I know I have the pace. I see in the beginning I catch Dario and I have really the pace. So I just keep focus on my race and just drive my style. And in the end, with Dario, I don't know what's happened. He go out something. And also Gilles, I know he just changed the right side. So also I think he finished the tires. But overall, I had the pace. I feel it in the beginning. The car was super stable. I feel really safe. And finally, after I don't know 6 years, I did it again.
that first stint, the first couple of stints with you and Dario, you're driving so aggressive. Were you feeling that confident with the car that you could get past him?
Sure, I was really confident with the car. I feel really safe. So also, it was not aggressive. It was just focus on my pace and don't touch it because of the stop and go, and to be fair. But I see already in the left corner on the straight, I had the traction. So I just wait when Dario makes some little mistake in the corner, and then I pass him. But with the stop of the car in the pit. But. Well, I don't care now.
No, you shouldn't. It was a fantastic race. Congratulations. A new European champion.